Hello and welcome everyone to VarietyStick, and we back again for another video. In this video I have the Google Pixel 5 with me. We're gonna have first look, my impression about the phone. And if you don't know, Google just released two phones, the Google Pixel 5, which is a 5G phone, and the Google Pixel 4a, another 5G phone. In this video we're gonna be only talking about the Google Pixel 5. Maybe in another video we're gonna be comparing these two phones together, but for right now let's find out. Now normally Google, when they came up with the phone, they came up with two different variants, different storage, different maybe size screen, things like that. This time around Google just came with one Google Pixel 5, which is the one that I have right now with me. You may only find two colors for this phone, which is the one I have right now, which is the sage color, kind of greenish, looks amazing and very unique in my opinion, or just black. So these gonna be the only two options for the color. Now for the specification, this gonna be 5G. It's not gonna be non-5G variant. This is gonna be only 5G phone, and also you're gonna have 8GB of RAM and 128GB for storage. So only one version, which is something great in my opinion. Now also you need to know that Google has tremendous changes to the Pixel line. Now if we go 3 or 4 years ago when the Google Pixel 2 came out, the 3 and the 4, they were actually flagship phones. Now the Google Pixel 5, it's not a flagship, but I'm not sure if this is actually a good or right decision from Google or not, but we're gonna have a more look to the performance of the phone, especially the price of the phone now is more affordable. The price is $699. If we take this phone and compare it to other phones in the market, especially the Samsung high-end flagship phones, they are so expensive. You're talking about the S20 Ultra goes around $1,200. So this phone has half the price of maybe the Samsung flagship phones. That's something actually need to consider here, because a lot of people, they can't afford to buy expensive phones, so Google work on the price as well. Now let's talk about the main specifications, starting with the display. The display size will be 6 inches. You're gonna feel the phone, it's small in the hands. Back to the Infinity display, we will have only the camera bunch in the top. Other than that, the whole phone basically is screen. You're talking about like 84% of the body ratio, it's all screen, which is something great in my opinion. Also, the resolution has been reduced. Now we have 1080 by 2340 for the resolution. In my opinion, you don't need a Quad HD for 6-inch OLED display like this. I'm able to see everything just fine. The color actually very vivid. The angle of view is great. Haven't have any issue watching any content in this display. In addition to this, also the amount of PPI decent, 443. Also, what I like about the display, that the refresh rate is 90 Hz, and that gives you very smooth experience even for playing video games, running some videos, using the operating system. You're gonna have very smooth experience with the software. Let's move to the build construction. The Google Pixel 5 seems to me has solid build construction, starting with the Gorilla Glass 6 on the front screen. As you guys can see, it seems to me more of the fingerprint proof and glare somehow or another, and it's Gorilla Glass 6, which is good quality glass, and also scratch proof, which is a good thing. Over here from the back, it's aluminum and it feels good in the hands. It feels more than a ceramic in my opinion. And the good news is this phone has the capability of wireless charging, as well as the phone IP rated water and dust proof. And the good thing about the wireless charging, that the phone has reverse charging, which is a feature you have to enable it from the settings, which is I can show you. Just go to the settings and then go to the battery over here, and you will see battery share. By enabling this feature, either you have Google earbuds or you have another phone and you want to juice that device, all you have to do, put the phone on the back of the Google Pixel 5 and it's gonna start charging, which is great for emergency if you want to just give somebody else juice off your phone. Now, one of the things is very annoying for me that Google eliminated the face unlock. I'm currently a Google Pixel 4 XL user and I feel love in the face unlock. It's just more easy and more convenient in my opinion. They've decided to go back to the fingerprint, which is located on the back. Seems to me the fingerprint works great. I haven't noticed any delay or problem with that fingerprint. It's just the fact that there is no more face unlock with this phone because Google has eliminated all the sensor radar from the previous Google Pixel 4. Now, one of the things I normally give Google a credit, the quality of the speaker, the amount of bass, the treble, the volume of the speaker is absolutely impressive with the Google Pixel 5. Now, if you just take a closer look to the phone, you won't be able to see actual or physical speaker on the front, and this is actually a firing speaker. It's gonna make very good sound coming from this speaker. Now, also we have two speaker setup over here, but that seems to me on the left, this is just a microphone and we have a speaker right here. So we'll have dual speaker, one from the front and one from the side. Let's demonstrate that for you. If you just go to Google and play this music.
You mean it, but you're so right, we're losing track of time.
Now I'm gonna try to put my finger right here, see if I can interrupt the sound or not. So let's check this out.
Buying things online and it's not like we need them. We don't need them.
As you guys have noticed, I was not able to interrupt the sound. So if you're grabbing the phone playing games like this, the sound from the front speaker, it won't be interrupted, and this is great in my opinion. Now the bottom speaker right here, let's check it out.
So can we just slow it down? The only thing.
Also, as we have noticed that you can interrupt the sound coming from this speaker, while this one didn't make any change. It seems to me this is just a microphone. Overall, speaking about the quality of the speakers on the phone, it's absolutely amazing. I like the hidden speaker on the front screen. Now moving to the battery, and Google has promised the users to get 48 hours of battery lifetime in the phone, and that seems to me, yes, the phone could last you for normal usage about 48 hours for one single charge, which is great in my opinion. Now the size of the battery, 4080 milliamp, has been improved from the previous Pixel phones. Now the quick charging 18 watt, it seems to me very reasonable, but it's not the best in the market. I wish that Google came up with at least 25 of fast charging. That would be actually much better. Also, we have a quick fast charging wirelessly, which is a great addition to this phone, as well as the reverse wireless charging I have mentioned earlier. Now for the operating system, and since this is a Google phone and Google made the Android, you guys gonna expect when you receive your phone came with Android 11 out of the box, and Google always promised the Pixel owner to receive at least 3 years of software. So you're gonna be the first one to experience the new Android releases, which is a great advantage for the user of the Pixel phones. And the Google Pixel phone operating system is a pure Android system. It's very fluid, it's very fast, no additions on the operating system. It's gonna come only with Google applications, no heavy theme to make the phone run slower, and seems to me this is the best for the operating system. Now moving to the hardware of the phone, as I said, the Google Pixel 5 is no longer a flagship phone. So the phone came with Snapdragon 765G or 5G, which is the phone capable to give you 5G on all the US carriers, rather to be with AT&T or Verizon or Sprint or Metro, whatever company you have, and the phone should support 5G. And this is a great advantage for this particular device, because most of the phones rather to support only Verizon, or some other only support T-Mobile. So it all depends. As you know, when you purchase your Google Pixel 5, the phone came unlocked and is gonna welcome any company with the 5G. Now, unfortunately, I cannot demonstrate the 5G for you in the Google Pixel 5 at this moment, because where I am right now on Verizon, I do not have a 5G coverage. Now, the phone has 8 GB of RAM, which is great in my opinion. It's consider this phone as a mid-range phone, and 128 GB. Unfortunately, no SD card expansion for this phone, so you're gonna stuck with 128 GB, which is, in my opinion, will be more than enough right now. If you need more, you can use all these Google free cloud services. If we're going to talk about the performance of this processor with the Google operating system, this harmony between the hardware and the software, honestly, there is no way around. If you grab this phone or start playing video games or check the performance, to tell this phone is not a flagship. In my opinion, the phone works as any flagship phones. I haven't noticed that the phone is slowing down, or I have some frame drops when I play video games, and I have tested a lot of video games on this phone and I haven't noticed any problems, no overheat issue or whatsoever. Generally speaking, about the performance of the phone is amazing, because there is a harmony between the software and the hardware. Last but not least, we're going to be talking about the camera. Google has been criticized for not having ultra wide in the previous Google Pixel phones. This time around, Google has changed. Now we will have a dual camera on the back. We will have 12 megapixel wide camera, and we will have ultra wide camera, 16 megapixel camera. There are so many enhancements for the camera, and Google, they're very successful with the camera department. And the front-facing camera, also 8 megapixel camera, support ultra wide and wide. Now the back camera has the capability to record 4K in 60 frames per second, no 8K by the way, and the slow motion, unfortunately, up to 240. It's the only thing I wish that Google has enhanced more in the phone, to have a slow motion with more frames, but that doesn't make the camera bad in this phone. Now, also one of the complaints that a lot of people they're talking about, there is no 4K recording for the front-facing camera, and in my opinion is not that important. Now, just going to the camera application, you will see the software from Google, and you're going to see first of all here that you have 2.6. That's actually ultra wide, and then we have 1x, which is the regular mode, and we have 2x. The camera is capable to go 2x without cropping the picture. Now also we have a portrait, and the portrait has been enhanced in the low light situation, so Google worked on the portrait to be able to take photo even if you have low light situation, also adjusting the light if you are exposed to the sun. So Google has made a lot of work with the portrait, and you guys gonna see samples right after I talk a little bit about the camera. Now also, if we go to more over here, we will see that we have just the regular options. We have the lens, basically the Google Assistant with the camera, and we have panorama, landscape, just the regular modes. Basically this camera rely on the software optimization, so we don't have any manual control. Now also the macro mode is still available in this phone, the way you can go close and take a close-up pictures. In addition to this, the phone also has the astronomy mode. If you want to take pictures to the sky, the stars and things like that, that is available. Also, one of the things that give the Google Pixel phones a very good advantage in the camera, especially when you take pictures during the night or the low light situation, the phone performs very well. Now let me leave you with all these samples, and we're gonna come back to you. to make the long story short, if you've been looking for a 5G device, has a great camera performance, dual speaker that give you surrounded sound with a treble with the bass, a great software experience, receiving all the updates, up-to-date guarantee for 3 years, then the Google Pixel 5 is the way to go. Also, I don't want to miss mentioning the great battery performance, the wireless charging. The phone is waterproof, reverse wireless charging, only for $699. In my opinion, the price is very affordable and beats up a lot of phones even more expensive than the Google Pixel 5. That's just my opinion. Let me know what's your opinion in the comment below. Also encourage me and give me thumbs up on this video. Subscribe if you haven't and hit the bell. You'll be notified when I upload videos in the future. Thank you so much everyone for watching. As always, we'll see you in the next one.